Right, in this video we're going to look at the Freelander 2 rear handbrakes. So let's have a look. So it's past the MOT, it works, but the travel's fairly wild, isn't it, Destiny? Yeah, he's got plenty on him, which is a bit disconcerting when we're off-roading because you really have got to pull it up. So we are going to do a video. In this video we are going to jack it up, we are going to take the wheels off, we are going to take the rear brake drums off, we're going to check that they're all adjusted right, check they're all clean. We did the rear brakes on your Fiat 500, didn't we, Destiny? So it's going to be same but different. Then when the rear brakes are adjusted right, we will then go in the back. There's a little secret compartment under the rear console where we can adjust the cable. But we're going to start at the brakes, check everything's right, check the brake shoes have got plenty of meat left on them, check they're all dusted out, and then go from there. Right. So first we're going to loosen the wheel nuts. I'm going to get the locking wheel key. I don't know why that door's not working. So we'll just loosen the wheel nuts, then we'll jack it up, get it on some axle sand. Safety first. Right, let's get going. Right, yeah, we'll just nip the wheels loose. Don't need to go too berserk, but just... Oh, go on, keep going. That's it. Whoa. Oh. That's too loose. Yeah, we could just do it with the manual breaker bar, but yeah, let's do it with the breaker bar. Right, yeah, we've gone for the breaker bar. Well, the handbrake's not that good. You want to get it, that's it. You've done this before. Right, get it where you can put your weight on it. That's it. Right, so we'll loosen those off on both sides, and then we'll get the axle stands out and the jack, and we'll get this all off the ground safely. Go on. Right, we've jacked it up. Axle stands are well and truly in place. Got that wheel off. Right, so let's have a look here. So this is the, let me get the other side of the light. So this is the rear brake setup on the Freelander 2. You can see we have got vented disc. Well, no, we've got solid discs. That's the rear shield. Now the handbrake is this cable here, and it's actually got some brake drums inside of this. Now I think we should have a little rubber grommet there.
That's what they used to do.
Yeah, and it's supposed to stop the water getting in, so we may have to replace that rubber grommet. And then what we've got to do is we've got to take the disc off. So to take the disc off, we're going to take the rear caliper off. We'll have a look what bolt size, and then we've got to undo that one there. So we'll get the tools ready and show you what we've got to do. And we're going to get the effectively it's the drum we're trying to get off, but this is a combined brake disc and drum. And then look at the brake shoes hidden behind. Right, so before we take the caliper off, it might be handy to leave it on there. We're going to try and undo this bolt here. Now, it is a Torx T50, and we've coloured it in there. But these are a pig. They've typically been in there years. So what we're going to use is we are going to use the good old impact driver. So right, get yourself out of the way, Destiny, so you can give it a good whack. That's right. Put a little twist on it. Get your hand around that. Give that a little twist. And then give that a smack. Go on, keep going. And again, go on. Hold the hammer towards the end of the hammer a bit more and give it a bit more of a clout. Go on. Alright, get a twist. Is it going yet? No. No, go on. Give it a whack. There's some dust coming off. Well, you ought to get your gloves on. Right, try with the socket now. Try just with the socket and that. You may have given it enough shock to get it off. All right, here we go. Will that have it? There we go. So we'll never know, but I always like to use the impact driver on those. They're not expensive, and you know just the shock of that hammering it sends vibrations down. So the brake disc's still held on these wheel studs. I mean, it'll start to get loose now. But we've got that off. Let's have a look at that. Might even be worth putting a kit together, do you think, Destiny, where we put new ones of those on? Because they can be messy. If you can't get out, you kind of poop. And we'll put copper grease on when we put it all back together, so it'll come out nice next time. Right, now if we come around the back here, if you get your 15mm socket, which you got ready on your bar there, we've got to remove the caliper. So I've got the caliper bolts coloured in here. You can see one there and one up there. So can you get them from You may have to, yeah, watch you don't put any force on this. Oh, yeah, you might be better off coming from, if I put it on for you, Destiny, you might need the extension. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, you'll be right. There you go. You're on there. Right, and force that, that's it. Up we're going, sorry. No, you're on the bumper there, aren't you? Alright.
I can just move.
Yeah, go on then. Right, we'll get on that. There we go. And we might be on the hub there. Right, so you join us under the car. We've got a short extension on there, and that's making easy work of that now. So we'll undo those, and then we've got to be careful when we drop the caliper not to put any stress on that flexible hydraulic pipe. So we'll probably cable tie it up. I'll go and grab a cable tie while you whip those two out. Right, we are all good. We've got the caliper bolts out. They came out relatively little problem. We've just cable tied it up here onto the thing. So now the disc should come out. Try knocking it that way, Destiny. Give it a knock sideways on. Now obviously, schoolboy error. What have we done wrong? Handbrake. We got the handbrake on, haven't we? So yeah, we're going to be fighting that. So let's let the handbrake off. Obviously, it's on its axle stands now. I think you'll find it'll come off easier then. That's my fault. Bad teacher. Right, have a go now. Have a go now. I reckon that might come off a bit easier. Top tip there, if you're trying to get your brake drum off. That's it. Right, let's have a look inside. So he's not too scored. He looks all right. We'll give it a clean. And let's have a look. How much brake shoe have we got left? There we go. I'll put a picture online. I'll take a picture on my phone. We got plenty there. The other thing we did check there was that we've got enough brake pads left. Now, obviously on the rear, your rear brakes are only doing 10% of your braking. So to me, it looks like we've got about 70% of the brake pad left there. So I'm happy with that. Right, we will just get the wire brush. We'll clean off this back plate here, and we will just check all this is. And then what we're going to be looking at is this adjuster mechanism here. So we'll clean this up, and we'll see how that adjuster works, and then it'll make much more sense when we're adjusting the rear brakes. Right, we're going to have a look at the brake adjuster. So this is the brake adjuster here. Now, you can just pop it out if you're careful. We just did this. So you just separate the shoes a little bit. Now, hopefully, I don't want all these springs to come undone, because everything looks okay. So this is the brake adjuster. Okay, and basically you've got three parts to this. You've got the little cap there that just is free to rotate, and then you've got this inner screw that screws into this bit here. Woo! I haven't put my gloves on very well. And what you can see is these bits are fixed because these grooves sit in the brake drum, and as you spin it this way, all right, that's getting smaller. These two are coming together. If I spin it that way, right, that is going further apart. So that's how your brake shoes are adjusted. So let me just write this on the car. So that way is tighter. Is that what's the best? Tighter. Okay, that's the shoe in brackets. The shoes move apart. Okay. Okay, so if I spin that coggy wheel, if those little cogs move in that direction, it goes tighter. Now bear in mind we are on the driver's side of the car at the moment. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of orange on these cogs, just so that when we put the brake drum back on, because obviously you can only adjust these when the brake drum is on. So we'll put that on there. Now you can do as we do. You can pop this little slug out, this little adjuster, and grease him all up. So we've greased him all up. So he's cool. He's going to be alright. And it goes down on this side. I'm not sure about the other side. Well, what's that? So I can just lever that. Come on, just give me enough to get that in there. Hold on. Am I better off coming from the front a bit? That's it. Come on, that's it. Make sure they fully sit in the groove. Okay, and that one there, they're free to, they can roam about. They sort of rub on the spring actually. I don't know if that's intentional. Maybe the spring acts as a a thing to stop that free running or vibrating. I just don't know. But there we go, we're happy with that. So the shoes are good, we've cleaned all the dust out, we've adjusted it, right, and you want to get that adjuster fully compressed. Did I get it fully compressed then? So hold on, I can read my own chart. So that way's tighter, so it needs to come this way. It's a bit, there you go, I'll go all the way that way. So this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be putting our, so that is fully loose now, right? That's fully loose, okay? Right, there you go, and you see the springs pulled him up now. So let me just centralise those shoes a bit, because you see this one, they should be concentric to that. I've moved him across a little bit. Let me just... He's moved. Oops. I'm going to give him a... Right, so you can see there, we just gave that a little tap. Just tapped him in. And check that bottom one. Does that bottom one look concentric, Destiny? He looks about right, doesn't he? Right, so we can put the brake drum back on. So let's just check again. Check, did you give that a clean inside as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, give that a clean. Right, there you go. Yeah, the car's been standing for a while, so the brake discs aren't looking great. Probably could do with some new ones at some point. Right, now obviously we've got to make sure that we line up that hole there with not that hole, but that hole where the tapered retainer goes in. So we've got to make that one go there. There you go. Right. Okay. Alright, that's all there. Right, let's put some copper grease on. Where's our little... Let's grease this little one up. Okay, and then... Oh, he's a bit over greased. He'll be fine. Okay. Okay, right, so then we should be able to turn that. Let's get that all, there you go, get it all fully seated on. Caliper, yeah, he's alright. Now, we don't want to over tighten that, okay, but let's just make sure it's all fully seated. Okay, and that's doing, and now what we can do is if we rotate this to the right place and we get a torch in there, we should be able to see those little orange things, and then we can start to adjust it. Right, so if you look in that little hole there, you may or may not be able to see in there the little adjusters. But Destiny, you can see those little teeth. Now, based on our right in that way, we've got to fire the teeth to the right. So she's leaving against the left-hand edge of that brake drum hole and just firing them across. Now, the brake drum will go tight. So at the moment, oh, it's gone tight now because she's just nipped it up. You'll have to do that quite a bit. Now, have a really good, try and get it as tight as you can. Give it one more good, right? And one thing I'll do as well is I'll just pull the handbrake cable, grab that, and just give the handbrake, because sometimes giving a couple of jolts on the handbrake centralises it a bit as well. So here we go, hold on. Right, try again now. Is that still loose or is that still tight? Yeah, that's still tight. Right, so I'll take the camera. So just back it off until that goes loose. So yeah, you're firing it to the, that's it. Alright. Yeah, that's okay. If you can do it by hand, that'll be fine, because the leverage you've got on a wheel is much greater. So as long as that's brilliant. Right, so we now check, we can just check that's fully tight. And again, I can put the handbrake on for you now to get that really tight, but go on, just nip that up now. Right, oh, that'll do, that's good enough. Put some grease on your caliper bolts, put some copper grease on those, fire the caliper back on, and we're sitting pretty. We'll do the same on the other side, put a bit more grease than that on, get it all the way up the thread at least. There you go, that's lush. Right, we will get all that back together, and then we'll do the other side, and then we'll come back and look at the cable adjustment. Right, we have got Destiny's done the second side all on her own while I've been doing something else. So when you look through the hole on this side, you will see the teeth. If you lever so the teeth move in that direction, it will make your brakes tighter. So again, go as tight as you can and then slack off a couple of things, and then we're all ready to go. We'll get that brake caliper on. Destiny just asked me to check that, but that all looks good. So yeah, we're ready to go, and then we put that on, and then we're ready to adjust the handbrake then. All good. Right, so one thing we're blessed with on this side, weren't we, Destiny? We've got a little plastic grommet. So do you want to refit that plastic grommet there? So there you go, and that pushes in. So yeah, that's what you should have in there. Again, we'll get the part number for that. So we got the Torx driver. That all came out okay. We gave it a hammer with the impact driver. That works well. Right, get the brake back on. Plenty of wear on those brake pads, even wear. All looks good. Yep.
Lots of wear left.
Lots of wear left on those. We're all good. Right, we are all connected, all back together. Wheels on, ready to lower down and finally torque up. Right, now we haven't adjusted the handbrake. We will show you how to do it, but look, Destiny's going to demonstrate now. How many clicks is that? If you don't press it in and do it that vile way where you just pull it. How many clicks? Always 4, it's 3 or 4 clicks. So we might better get it a little bit tighter. So that goes to show that it isn't the cable that's stretched. Well, when it went all the way up, it was just poor brake adjustment at the back. So let's show you how to do it. But don't be tempted to do the cable first, because that's not really the problem. You really want to adjust your brakes, check your brakes, service your brakes. Right, let's show you how to do the bit inside the car. Right, you join us in the back of the Freelander 2. We'll show you the adjustment first, and then we'll show you how to get to it secondly. So, if you remove the plastic trims, what you've got there, so if you move the handbrake cable, can you reach that, Destiny? You'll see that, so that pulls on this threaded section here. Oh, she's going to run around and give us a full demo. Okay. Okay, and then you can see it's got 2 little cables. One goes to the left and one goes to the right. So we need to just tighten that nut up a couple of clicks. So get that, where's that spanner you got there? So if you do that clockwise towards you, that's it. Do that a few turns. Keep going. And how many clicks are you supposed to have on a handbrake? If you don't press the button in, like you're supposed to press the button in. Right, let's try that now. Right, yeah, go and jump round. Right, don't press the button. 0 clicks. Yeah, that's 2 clicks on that. I think if you were sat in, yeah, we got 2 or 3 clicks on that. So that's good. So let me just show you how these panels come out. I'll put them back in and show you. Right, so let's show you how to get these 2 plastic panels. You want to get this lower one, and it comes directly up. So jam your little trim tool in. I've got the torch. Right, and you want to put it straight up. Don't be tempted to pull one end up more than the other. All right, there we go. Oh, we're blinding everyone with the light. So let's have a look. So you've got these 2 squares here that we put the orange pen around, and you've got these 2 metal clips here. So that's what's holding that in. Okay, and then when you've got that one out, you can go on the back. And again, try and get it square. Try not to pull one side more than the other. You're doing a good job there from a weird angle. Go on. There you go. So you hold the torch again. So again, what you've got is you've got one clip at the back there. Look, that spring clip that goes into that hole there. So bottom one straight up, that one straight out. Adjust your handbrake. You're all done. We all good, Destiny?
Yes.
Yes. Right.